A lot of modern discipline advice is quietly destroying people. Not because discipline is bad, but because many people are being taught discipline without recovery, discipline without emotional awareness, discipline without balance, and discipline without humanity. And eventually, that creates burnout disguised as self improvement. You see it everywhere now. Wake up earlier, work harder, sleep less, push through exhaustion, outwork everybody, stay productive at all costs. And at first, that kind of advice feels motivating, especially for responsible people, because responsible people always want to improve themselves. They already want structure. They already want control over their lives. But eventually, something starts to happen. They become trapped in constant self pressure. No matter how much they accomplish, it never feels like enough. No matter how productive they are, they still feel behind. No matter how hard they work, no, they still feel guilty when they rest. And over time, self improvement becomes another source of emotional exhaustion. And that's dangerous because many people are not failing due to lack of discipline. They're failing because they've turned discipline into self punishment. There's a huge difference, by the way. Real discipline should create stability, peace, clarity, health, direction. If your version of discipline constantly leaves you emotionally drained, something is wrong with the system. And a lot of high performing people don't realize they've built their entire identity around pressure. They only feel value when they're achieving. They only feel worthy when they're productive. They only feel safe when they're busy. So they never stop, even when they're exhausted, even when emotionally numb, even when mentally overwhelmed. They keep pushing because slowing down feels uncomfortable. But eventually, the body always keeps score. And the problem with burnout is that it doesn't always announce itself dramatically. Sometimes burnout looks like constant irritation, losing excitement, feeling disconnected from your own life, difficulty focusing, emotional numbness, exhaustion that sleep does not fix. And many people mistake these signs as laziness. They are not lazy, they're overloaded. So listen carefully. Discipline should support your life, not slowly destroy it. Healthy discipline means creating systems that work long term, taking care of your health, protecting your mind, setting boundaries, being emotionally honest with yourself, building routines that create peace instead of chaos, not chasing perfection. And I think a lot of people secretly believe that if I push harder, eventually I'll feel better. But emotional exhaustion does not heal through more pressure. It heals through recovery, clarity, and rebuilding your relationship with yourself. One of the hardest lessons I had to learn is this: you cannot build a peaceful life while constantly operating like you're at war with yourself. That right there changes everything because many people speak to themselves with constant criticism, constant pressure, constant guilt, constant disappointment. Eventually, your nervous system just stops trusting you. And when that happens, even the simplest responsibilities start feeling heavy on your heart. The goal of discipline is not to become emotionless. The goal is to become stable, to become consistent, grounded, reliable, focused, healthy, not exhausted all the time. So if your version of discipline is making you hate your life, you need a new system. One built on ownership instead of self destruction. One built on consistency instead of punishment. One built on identity instead of temporary motivation. because the strongest people are the ones who destroy themselves chasing productivity. The strongest people are the ones who learn how to build a meaningful life they can actually sustain. So, if this message connected with you, I'm asking you to subscribe to my channel. And if you're serious about rebuilding your life with structure, discipline, recovery, and clarity, check out the Own Your Life system and community in the links down below.